Do 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 do. Is one by one by one by one. What do we got going on out there today? I'm gonna see how bad we can break things. Oh, mute. How bad can we break things today? Audio's good? Oh, that's good to know. Good to know. Good evening. All right. So, what do you mean I'm not supposed to break things? Nah, come on now. Ain't supposed to break things. I never heard of such a thing. All right. We got limited time. So we're going to see if we can recover from this disaster the other day. And if I didn't have it wrapped up in a nice, neat package, all ready to be sent back, we would show the travesty of what it was. But for the same phone, they make two screens with frames. And not just, and they're literally 2 millimeters different. 1 millimeter different in this distance. But overall, like 2 millimeters different for the back cover to snap on. What a travesty that was. Anyhow, let's get going with it. I need to add. Oh, let me add that quick. I used to have a button. Good evening, Michael, as well. Ed. That would be. Would that be that would be a source? Let's get that source button there. That source is what do I call it? And it is that one. And that one should let me turn on. There we go. We can turn on the what's it called? The job. Turn the job on and off. All right. Let's grab a sit. Grab a sit. Do we still have audio? I can't see this shit. Yes, there we do. And finally, let's see. I'm going to pop this app up so I don't have to look one way. Y'all are going to make me sign in. Fire hydrant. Oh my goodness, crosswalks. We're doing that CAPTCHA. Check again, another crosswalk. Verify. Fire hydrant. Oops, 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 oops. Alright, it's not that important. We'll just move the window, shall we? Alright, let's get going. Got a limited time, short stream. We gotta get some parts and some stuff. And get this swapped over. So I did open this to check that everything was in there that they said would be included, but we need to still see that it fits. So let's do that. As funny as it sounds, I don't have stuff shipped here. I have it shipped to my house because leaving the shop on road calls, that leaves nobody here. And if I'm not here, they won't put packages in the mailbox for whatever reason. So it takes multiple days to get what should be a one-day delivery, or it should be one try delivery. And I just have them sent to my residence. All right, broken. Different color ribbon, but made the same and looking good. Looks like it's the same distance. So let's get started. Let's not delay. All right, what all do we have to move to this new one? Because this one has buttons in, so we don't have to fight with that. It does not, however, have the little detector for moisture. So we'll throw that sticker in that I pulled off of another device. Tuck it in under the headphone port. And a speaker. Oh, give me one moment. This is a customer calling. Hello?
Hey, I'm in the Altoona hospital right now. I doubt I'll make it back in time to catch up with you.
That's all right. I was just letting you know.
Okay, you gonna be down there tomorrow?
Yeah, certainly, bud. Certainly I will.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then.
All right. Talk to you then.
You.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. All right, we're back. We're back. Let's continue. That was a short call, hopefully. Good evening, Danny. Evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time it is. All right, so we're not going to need two of those, are we? If there's one there. Speakers in place. Let's move the fireplace and get a sit. Speaker, moisture detector, but a new one, not the triggered one. We're gonna have headphone jack, main board, lots of fun. That thing just looks like a disaster to begin with. Man, these connectors are really not some of my favorites, and they're on most phones, tablets. And they're not impossible to plug in, but near impossible for me. At least without damaging stuff. It seems, anyhow. Alright. As for that goes, I think we can set this to the side. We have our plate, the speaker's already in, the trim for around the SIM slot is there, or the foam. The buttons are already included on this one, so we don't have to transfer them, even though I had those ready. Buttons are ready. And what else? Cameras we put in. We can put the bottom board in. Let's see. So there's no screws in this bottom board other than what goes through the plastic, and our antenna will come down and clip on. Amazing how that just fits in. Not like the other day. Freaking disaster that it was. We're a little close, so if it goes out of focus, apologies. Much better. There we go. All right. And trying to remember correctly, this white wire was under that bottom ribbon that we already snapped in place. So let's put that where it need be, not where it is. I also got something interesting. I may attempt it tomorrow. I don't have time today. Certainly do not have the time today for an attempt at this, but it's quite interesting. It came from, it was at another shop at one point in time. And then the owner got it back and had no hope of getting it fixed. And when they brought something else in here, they happened to ask about it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a go. That will be tomorrow's project. Ooh, where did you go? Where did you go? There you are. Who is hanging out on Twitch? Got one person chilling over there. And what else do we need here? Battery. All right. I don't know if I ever mentioned this on a live stream, but it's what I do, and it could be completely wrong. When you take these out, and the adhesive tends to pull at the outer casing, like this safety layer, in case the battery starts to ignite or vent fumes, catch on fire, whatever it may be, and it rips out on it, wrinkles it. I put it on a hard flat surface. I have a glass counter and then a like kitchen type counter behind me. I always lay them out and then just roll it with like a spray can, anything hard round, rolling pin, anything just to flatten the wrinkles back out so they'll fit back in their space. And if you bend them a little when you they tend to bend a little when you're yanking them out. So there's that. Now the big question: how many screws? All right, we don't have to put any into the board itself. We can literally put this back together. I think before we commit, let's give it a test. Before we full on commit to everything, right? See that it's working before we glue that battery in place. All right, buzz. We do have boot. And let that start up and attempt to shut down proper, and then glue that battery in place. I'm not that patient. We're powering down. If it breaks it, it breaks it. We'll fix that later. We're going to do some handiwork with that real quick. The new thing, as far as I can tell, does not have an adhesive layer to stick the speaker to it. So I think if we cut some small strips of double-sided adhesive quick and toss on there, that'll stick that speaker into place. Because rarely the foam should be glued to it, but in this instance it is not. So we're going to need some super skinny adhesive for this one. Let's see what we can do quick without wasting a ton of time. I just don't have anything that thin, so we're going to try and make some quick, even if we have to peel it and re-stick it. All right, there'd be 1 and 2. It's going to be the one that isn't going to stick. It's going to give us problems. And I think we got it. Yes. All right, just checking. Just checking. I had to make sure I unmuted. Here talking to myself. You know. All right, little bits of adhesive to help hold that in place. Let's throw it back in there for the final time and then finish this quick stream up. With that there, I do want to verify that both of those legs are hitting the little spring legs. So we're just going to hold this in place and kind of pick each of them up just a hair. Just from having to play with that speaker so many times with it being loose. Spring those up and then make sure that the board is hitting them. Indeed. All right, let's go. All right, booting up. Let's go. Plastic on, screw it together, and call it quits. crack across the flash. Oh, well, not to worry. We got it. I never muted before. Oh, I think no, I did a little while ago. Or mute's not working again. Sometimes it mutes, sometimes it doesn't. Like it has the default, but I usually mute. So you heard all that? I just thought about it. Watch this thing have touch issues or some crazy defect. I don't like mobile phones to begin with. Like working on them, just with all the crazy stuff that can go wrong, and then on top of all that, the what all can go wrong, and then just like the slight variations, and then the instance in this, like, why are we working on a phone that is so cheaply replaceable? You know, well, there's stuff on here that's not backed up that the customer needs / wants. It's their phone. You know, you be the judge. So that's what we're doing, getting this one in working order so they can get their stuff and migrate it over to a newer, more expensive phone. He said, "Why are you out of place, sir? You belong stuck to the phone right there." All right. We'll have just enough time to check out possibly tomorrow's project. All right, so we have a few spring pins that have to hit here and there across the top. Make sure they're in order, and then 2 on the bottom. Looks like they're all poking up right about right. So let's see if we can see this. Probably not. It's probably going to give us a big hassle to even try and view it. We can kind of. Those 4, those 2, opposite end, those. Going to put the button side on first. And then let's throw the SIM card and SD card into this thing. Yes, no. Let's make sure we can get some service. It is in airplane mode. We'll kick it out of that. Oh, I can't even do that unless it's just going to pick up. No, because I need an unlock pattern. Well, we'll have to deal with that when the customer gets here. Yeah, job done, basically. All right. So I'm running out of time here in about 6 minutes. Let's check out this possibility of tomorrow. Real quick, though, we're going to take and just plug in and see that this thing is getting its charge happening. There's a lot more to test, but so charging 86%. What else can we do here? I don't think I have a slow cord here to test. 1.2 amps, that's probably all this thing is capable of. I don't know without looking it up. That's what it's charging at. Anyhow, yeah, gonna plug that in, charge a little for the customer. They're picking up tomorrow, and the possibility of tomorrow's job. All right, let's jump this camera up some. So this was dropped off in March. You can kind of see that. March 25th, which of 2021. That's when this was dropped off someplace. And then there's a little note at the bottom. I don't know. We'll try and throw. Yeah, we'll throw a work order or a packing slip in there to see if we can kind of make out. So needs something to do. Charging port fell out. Needs replaced. So the charging port fell out. It needs replaced. And as I said, it was dropped off March 25th of 2021. And this customer finally got this back. Why it was in a plastic bag, I don't know. But that's how they kept it. And finally got it back like a month ago, maybe, or so. So no screws in the back. It wasn't assembled to a certain point. All the screws that are still in are in there, but the ones that are lost are lost. And here, let me get the super shaky cam out. We're going to slide this over and then switch, hopefully, to the proper cam. Oh, we don't need my ugly head in the way there. We're trying to look at a microscope. Let's kick off. What camera is that? I don't even know. There we go. Oh, microscope and camera collision. Let's get in here and take a look-see. So there's a few clues that we can kind of ascertain by looking at this, I think. I wish I had time to do it today. I would if I had the time. We'd attempt it, but I don't. Yeah, so the charge port fell out, according to whoever worked on this before. And from what I can tell, that still looks like part of a charging port stuck in there, along with one over here. And then we're missing a few things. I'm trying to get this to focus. I gotta get out of here in a minute. Yeah, as good as we're gonna get for today. So how many pads? We need what? 1, 2, 3, sadly. And then it looks like all these pins, well, I mean, if you believe what's on the bag, the port fell off of those. They weren't clipped with like micro cutters or anything. They fell off of those. And then when that port fell out, it also melted. Get that knife the hell out of there. It melted the back or the plastic around the port as well when it fell out. Oh boy. So yeah, I'm not aware of it, but apparently, at least in one part of the world, Nintendo Switch USB Type-C ports can fall out. I guess that's possible in other parts of the world as well, but at least here they can. Yeah, that's my guess as well, Mr. Chris. All them back pins being attached on there, they thought, oh, I'll just cut these and change it out with an iron. Possibly not looking at the replacement port they had, realizing that there was another row of pins hidden, and then cut some of the other legs, because looking at it, where is it? This one, there's still part of a leg in there. There's still part of a leg there. That one's ripped out. Solder all over the place, making a mess. There's still part of a leg there, and they might have yanked that one out as well. So yeah, tomorrow's project. But hey, if anybody ever tells you switch ports can fall out, believe it. This is direct evidence right here. No, I'm kidding. Anyhow, yeah, I got to wrap it up, sadly. Thank you guys for hanging out for that short stream. I still got to fiddle with some more settings. It's time. I got the monkey suit, so it's time to go do that. There. So we're gonna power everything down. Tomorrow's project, though, should prove to be interesting. And I guess some screws fell out at the same time. Two needs something work. Second one, I don't know. Charging port fell out, needs replaced. Regardless, we'll get to that. Yeah, see you guys. Thank you for coming over and joining me. I got to get out of here. We'll throw the coat on. I'm going to go stand in a pizza shop tonight and make some food and wait on people. Yeah, have a good evening. We'll see everybody tomorrow, earlier in the day. You'll see us before Christmas. But have a good evening, everybody.